Hey, hi everyone. Welcome back again. See, today here we have the problem statement. So basically, peoples are going to pull their heads to solve this kind of problems. But don't worry, I will help you how to solve this kind of problems in a simple way. If I want to solve this kind of problems, basically I have some kind of structure to solve. So I will tell you what the points I'm following right now. That means to solve this kind of problems. So I will mention some points here. So first of all, the statement number one, like point number one is read the problem statement carefully. Problem statement carefully. And step number two is choose the programming language. Programming language. Language. Basically, right now I'm very comfortable with Python, so I will go with Python right now. And if you're comfortable with C language or if you're comfortable with any other programming language, you can choose. That's up to your choice. You can take whatever you want. But right now, I will highly recommend you to go with Python because the Python is literally easy. And the third statement is basically if you want to solve this kind of problems, you're going to build the algorithm. But right now, I don't suggest you to build the algorithm right now here. So because simply draw a diagram. Draw a diagram. Based on this diagram, by taking the reference of this diagram, you can simply solve the program. Now, first of all, step number one is read the problem statement carefully and choose the programming language. So, and the step number three is simply draw the diagram. That's it. So first of all, here is a statement we have. The statement is the program must accept an integer m as the input. That's step number one. And the program must print s if m is divisible by the last, the sum of last two digits of m, else the program must print no as the output. Okay, so let me read it once again. The program must accept an integer m as the input. Okay, the second one is the program must print yes if m is divisible by the sum of the last two digits of m, else the program must print no as the output. So now I got the problem. So even I got the code also inside my mind how to solve this problem. So first of all, for this problem, let's draw a diagram, then you will get much more idea on this. So step number one, so that means let's go for the diagram right now. I will write the diagram like this. So let's take the input. Input may be anything. Let's take input call 245, or else you can take 4 5 6 7 8. You can take whatever you want. 5 6 7 8. You can take whatever you want. But right now, let's consider we taken one input. Now in this stage two, we have to identify sum of last two digits of our input. Okay, so here let's identify last two digits sum. Okay, last two digits sum. Imagine we taken the input is 245. Now last two digit sum is 45. So that means 4 plus 5. 4 plus 5. So then 4 plus 5, you will get 9. Now you have to check whether this 245 is divisible with 9 or not. How you will check? So basically here you have to check. Here's a condition. This is a logic. Okay. So you have to check input is divisible by sum of last two digits of input. I hope you almost got the idea. Now the last but not least, here we go. If it is divisible, simply here's a if condition. If it is divisible, if it is usable, then you can print yes in the output. Otherwise, you can print no if it's not divisible. Okay, so this is the diagram we got right now here. Now let's go step by step. Let's write the code for this diagram. Okay, Now let's go to the VS Code. I'm already having a file here, that's Python file. So first of all, let's take input as m. M is equals to integer we have to take. That's why I'm taking the int of input of. Then here we go. Let's take enter an integer, which is taken like this integer, right? Now after doing this one, now in the second step, what do we have to do? So basically we take any input, that's perfectly all right. We take an input, this portion is completed, and in the second portion we have to identify last two digits of this integer. So 245 we taken, we have a brain, we can think 45 is the last two digits. How should we convey to the programming how to take last two digits of 45? So basically, if it is an integer, it's impossible to take the last two digits of the programming. I mean, integer. Okay. So in that case, what you have to do is you should convert this integer into string type. Okay, because string will allow you to take the slicing. Okay, done. That's why I will take a string is equals to str of then m. Now this will be converted into the string. Okay, then after converting into the string, now we have to identify the last digit first. Okay, how to identify the last digit? So if you want to identify the last digit, that means last number, then first of all you have to identify the length of the string. So that's why we will go for len, that is equals to length of the string. So how to identify the length of the string? len of len of string. This is a way to identify the length of the string. Even if you have the doubt, just simply make a alien over here, just execute this code and let's check it out what you are getting right now here. Okay, see, I have to enter one number 245. Let's hit the enter. See, we got 3 is the length of that one. Okay, now 3 is the length of that one. Now what we have to do here is, now we have to identify last element. How to identify the last element? That's pretty easy. Last element is equals to, you have to identify, say, str of okay, str of, not str of, I'm sorry, that's string, right? String of, this is going to be slicing. Okay, str of the string length is 3, right? 3 minus 1, that means len minus 1, len minus 1. Okay, so now we got the last digit. Okay, now I will show you whether we got the last number or not. Okay, so let's make a trial on this. Let's execute this program again and also print last. Okay, this last one I'm printing. Let's close up this one. Now let's simply go back here. Let's run this program. Let's enter 245. Now here, see, first we take in 245. In the second one, we converted that number into string because we want to take this slicing, because we want to identify the indexing. Okay, that's why. So len, I just simply got the length here. Len equals to len of, len is a inbuilt method to identify the string length. Okay, so we got the length here. Now in the next line, say in the sixth line, last digit is nothing but string of, okay, this is like a slice operator, string of len minus 1. That means I'm accessing, length means how much? 3 minus 1 is going to be 2. So string of 2 is nothing but which one? 4. Okay, then let's, oh sorry, 5. String of 2 is nothing but 5. Let's simply go back here. Let's run this. Say we got the 5. We got the 5. So at the same time, then last before number. Okay, last before number we have to take last before is equals to, we have to identify string of len minus 2. If I specify minus 2, then you will get the last before number. Okay, then you have to print this one, last before, copy and paste it, and just simply execute this one. See, suppose if I enter 2 4 5 6, now 5 6 at the last two digits. Okay, so that's why I'm trying to get here. I'm getting last two digits out of this integer. Now what you'll do is simply run this. See, you will get 5 6 in the output. Sorry, 6 1 is the last one and 5 is the last before number. We got this one. So first imagine I will run this code again. Now I will enter 3 4 5 6 7 8. So last number is 8 and last before number is 7. Now if I run this, you will get 8 and 7 is the output. So we got the two numbers, last number and last before number. After getting this one, now what do you have to do here? So then you have to write the logic here. The logic is, see, we got the number, then convert this number into integer, please. Okay, so let's convert this into like this. Now this one is also into like this. So I'm converting this one into integer, because if you didn't convert this into integer type, then string concatenation will happen. Okay, that's why I'm converted this into this integer type. Now what you have to do here is, now let's simply comment these two things. Comment this one also. Let's remove this one also. Now simply write the if condition. If you have to write the logic here, the sum, right? Last and last before. Okay, let's add the sum, and also let's get the sum here. Sum is equals to last plus last before. Last before. Okay, now let's remove this one. See, now I will print this sum here. Print sum. Let's execute this one. Let's enter 2 3 4 5. Now my enter number is 2 3 4 5. 5 is the last number, 4 is the last before number. So 5 we are storing in this last one, and this 4 we are storing in this last before number. Okay, by using this slicing methodology in string inside the Python. Okay, after getting this one, we are adding both of them, and you will get the 9 as the output. Let's see, do we get the 9 as the output or not? Sorry, maybe I done a mistake. I read on the program again. So let's just simply go back here. Let's clear our console. So let's run this again. 3 4 5 6 7. Hit the enter. Now 13 is the output. See, 7 plus 6 is the 13 is the output. You may have a doubt why Prashant used the int here. Why? Because of, if I remove this int from here, then that will become the string concatenation. Let's see. Let's remove the int here. Then you will get 67 as the output. See, 67 as the output. You will never get 13, because two strings, 6 will be considered as string and 7 will be considered as string. If I run this again, so let's enter 3 4 5 6 7. 3 4 5 6 7. Hit the enter. Now you'll get 76. See, 7 is the last number, 6 is the last before number, 76. Two strings are added. That's why I'm converting this entire thing into integer type. Then it will be converted to the integer type. Then it will perform the mathematical calculations. Okay, now we got the area why I'm converted. Now the next one is, we got the sum also. Now we have to check the condition. Okay, see, finally we achieved this step. Sum, we got this sum here. Okay, now what's going to be next one? So we have to check the input is divisible by sum of the last two digits of input or not. Okay, if it is divisible, then we have to print yes, otherwise we have to print no. So if it is divisible or not, how we can say in programming. Okay, that's pretty easy and simple. You can simply type one if statement here. If you can write sum, if sum, sorry, this m, if m is m percentile, sum, is equals to 0. If it becomes the 0, then you have to print yes, otherwise you have to print no. That's it. Now we satisfied each and everything. This is a small thing. That means the actual integer is divisible by, the actual integer is divisible with sum of last two digits, So that means, how can we say if it is equals to 0, that means remainder is equals to 0, then we can say yes, otherwise it's going to be no. And that's it. We simply made a program here. Okay, now just simply go and run this code. Then let's see what you will get. Let's enter whatever the thing they given inside the problem set. 1005. If we enter the 1005, then we have to get the S. Otherwise, so means if you enter the 557, then we have to say no. I mean, because this 557, if we add 7 and 5, that's going to be 12. So 557 is not divisible with 12. That's why we got the no. And if you go here, 0 plus 5 is going to be 5. So basically 1005 is divisible with 5. That's why they printed the S here. Okay. Now just simply go back here and execute the program. 1005. Here we go. We got the output as S. All right. Now let's enter the one more thing. That's going to be which one? That's going to be 557, right? Let's enter the 557 here. 557. Hit the enter. Now we got the no here. Okay. So this is how you have to build the logic. So I just simply built this logic based on this diagram. This is the only diagram. Only one thing is we have to check whether it is divisible or not, and another one is how to take the last two digits. These are the two things. If you know these two things, then writing this programming is little easy. Okay, don't worry. In the beginning stage, it's very hard to get it, but if you solve 20 to 30 problems, then you will get much more clarity on this. Don't worry, every day I will release one video based on these problems. Okay, in one video I will solve two problems or three problems. Just simply follow all my tutorials, then you will get much more idea on these coding problems. One day you are going to solve these kind of problems on your own. I'm sure about this. Okay, see you all guys in the next video, and take care. Bye bye.